Hi, this is Jessica Sauna, and I'm here to teach you how to use Class Dojo in PE. I'm using Class Dojo to address grade level outcome number S4E25A. The student will participate with personal, responsible behavior in a variety of physical activity contexts, environments, and facilities. Let's get started. I started by going to classdojo.com. On this intro page, you can see that you can sign up as a teacher, a parent, a student, or a school leader. I'm going to select teacher. Once you reach the Create Your Teacher Account page, you're going to go ahead and fill in your information. You'll fill in a password and then hit sign up. Once you're signed up, it's going to bring you in to a page that looks like this. There'll be a demo class in here for you to explore. To add a new class, you'll click the blue plus sign where it says New Class. In here, you'll create the class name, you'll select the grade, and you'll select the sharing points. Do you want to share only positive points with parents? Do you want to share all points with parents? Or do you not want to share with parents at all? I'm going to select share all points with parents and then create class. Once the class is created, you're going to go ahead and add in your students. You're going to click add students over here on the top left. You'll have to add in the first and last names of your students. I'm going to choose to use just the first letter of their last name. You'll continue to add in your students until your whole roster is on here. Once you've added in all of your students, you'll hit save. Once you have your whole roster in here, you should see their names with their monster icon. The next thing that you'll want to do is add in the skills. Using Class Dojo, you're able to give your students positive and needs work skills. If you click on options over here on the top right, then you'll go ahead and click edit class. You can continue to add in more students if you need to, or you can click skills. In here, you'll see positive and needs work. There are skills already in here. To edit those, you'll go ahead and hover over and click edit, and you can change the icon, you can change the name, or you can change the point value. So for helping others, students will get 1 point added onto their profile. Once you're done, you can hit save. You can also add in your own skills. In PE, I like to click add skill, and then I like to add showing good sportsmanship. And for that skill, I'm going to give my students 2 points, and then click save. You'll see the skills added on here, and then you can always add more as you need to throughout the year. If you'd like to add in some needs work skills, you'll click over here on the top right, needs work. You'll add in some skills. Remember that parents are going to see this if you allow them to. I'm going to add in a few more here just as an example. Remember, you can change the icon. Once you've completed this, you can hit the X on the top right. As your school day goes through, when you have these students, you can either use your phone, you can download the Class Dojo app, or you can use a laptop or computer. I know some teachers who like to project this in their classroom so that the students can see it. Some teachers don't like to do that because the students can see each other's numbers. As you want to go ahead and add skills to your students, let's say Abigail was having a great class. You can click Abigail and we can say, oh, I saw her helping others. That would give Abigail 1 point. As you can hear, you can keep the sound on and the icon will show as well. Let's say Harry was participating. We could add 1 point for Harry. To take points away, you would click on the icon, and instead of using the positive here on the left, you would click the needs work, and you could select whichever skill is being processed, and the points would be taken away. You could also add a note to the points. If you click Add Note up here on the top left, and the note will go along with the skill that you chose so that the parent is able to see it. Harry was talking while the teacher was talking this morning. Add note. If you were to click on Benjamin's name, you could also just message the parent once that they're set up. Or you could add a post. A post could be an image or writing something. Benjamin learned how to jump rope today. Ask him to show you. On that, you could also add images as well. Now go ahead and close this. To get your parents connected to Class Dojo, you can select Invite Parents. On here, you'll find the student's name, and then you would simply put in the student's parent's email address or phone number and select Invite. That will then reach out to the student's parent to have them connect their account so that they're able to see the skills, the points, any notes, any images, and anything else that you connect to your Class Dojo. Another feature that I really liked is using the class story. If you select class story, you can go ahead and post what's happening in your classroom. This week we are posting our haunted gym. Students will practice fitness and health skills by making their way through the stations in our haunted gym. You would then press post. Parents will get this message and be able to respond if they'd like, or just simply like the message. You can also add any photos or files. Any images the parents will be able to see, and any files could be something like an assessment or possibly something like a note that might be going home to the entire class. I really like this feature because it really keeps the parents involved and they're able to see during the day what their students are doing, and that's something that they really seem to enjoy. Next, I'd like to talk about how effective Class Dojo was with my 5th grade PE class. This is the rubric that I used for the class. If the students scored 20 points or more during the week, then they were going to receive a grade of 100%. The rubric has an explanation and feedback of the grade that the student received. I see my 5th grade students 4 times a week, and then on the 5th day I see them for a 10-minute period for a brain break in their classroom. So I'm seeing them quite often. You can go ahead and decide what the point values should be for your class, depending on how often you see them and how much time you spend with them. The rubric was given to the students and the rubric is given to the parents. That way both parties are aware of what the grade is going to be in this domain for the class. Here's a screenshot of my 5th grade class for Mrs. Fromm and Mr. McGee. Like I said, I see this class 4 times a week in the gym, and then for 10 minutes I see them during a brain break. The class together as a whole received 377 points. And then you can see the individual students' points. Andrea received 19, Angie received 27, she had a great week, and then you can see a couple other students who maybe had a less successful week. For example, Samuel had 17 points that week. If you click on the icon, you can see all the points that were given and all the points that were taken. Like I said, it's really good so that the parents are able to see that and the students are able to see it as well. I thought that this assessment was very effective with my class. My students and parents were both very excited about using Class Dojo. They responded to the positive reinforcements that were given, as well as the need to work. Students responded knowing how easily their parents could also be contacted and how they're kind of seeing what they're doing day to day. The fifth graders have a better understanding of how to use a rubric and how their grade is affected by this. So I'm thinking when I do this with my younger students, adding in some reinforcements for the class. If maybe the class hits a certain number together, let's say they hit 400 points for the week, maybe they get some free time on the playground, or adding in some other prizes for individual numbers being reached. For example, if you received 25 points for the week, maybe you choose a prize from the PE prize box, or maybe you get a free PE, something like that. Some of the pros and cons I found. The pros, I found it motivated my students. The positive and negative reinforcements were able to be tailored, which I really liked. It kind of created a sense of community. All of the students were on board and were communicating about using Class Dojo. I also liked the added communication with the parents. It made it almost instant, and for me as a teacher and for the students, it was very effective. I like how mobile it is. I can use it on my phone or I can use it on my computer, and it can be linked with the classroom teachers, which I'm still learning more about. Some of the cons were it can take some time to get everything set up. It's difficult to get the parents set up. A tutorial like this might be a good idea to help them get in and running. And there's a lot of components to it that may take some time to learn. I felt over the last week or two, I didn't even have enough time to explore everything. There's some things on there that I wasn't able to break into yet, which I guess is kind of a good thing as well, because I know that the program goes deeper. Thanks so much for watching my tutorial on how to use Class Dojo in PE. I had a great time putting this together, and I hope that you were able to learn something. Thanks again. Bye.